Well, welcome back, everybody. This is G Bear homesteading the desert on the 9th of October 2018. Yeah, I got a little update. Notice I got the strip in between the two cabin areas there where I tied the room addition onto the original cabin. And I did some drywall today. I finished up all the drywall on the walls. That's all sealed here on the inside, the bathroom. I got the upper piece in there. So I've been doing a little bit of work today, but I'll tell you, all that drywall work really floored me. Oh my God, look at that. We've got floor. Yeah, I got down on my knees today and I put in flooring. Coming out of the bathroom all the way through the hallway and up to the end of the hallway where the bedroom starts, because that'll be carpet from there on. So, and on this side, once I move my bed out of here, this will be linoleum in here because this is going to be the kitchen dining area. I want that to be easy to clean. So right now I still only have subfloor on there. So once I move everything out of here, I'll clean that all out and then I'll run my linoleum across this area here and take care of that. So I'm ready to tape, mud, and I already hung or pre-hung. It's not shot in all the way. I had to cut the wall back up because I forgot to put a backer board in there for where the sink goes. And excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. I got some drywall. Oh my gosh. I got some drywall dust in my nose. So anyway, I forgot to put a backer board in there, so I had to cut it open and slide a piece of plywood in and then shoot that into place. And that'll be plenty to hold the sink, because it goes from stud to stud. And you know that these metal studs are hollow on one side, so I tucked it inside of there. And then when I shoot the screws in, it has to pull the studs, the drywall, and the whole wall down before it can pull out of the wall. So that'll be solid for there. I did nice fancy cuts around the pipe down there and around the closet ring. So the toilet's ready to set, but I'm not going to do that until I get taped and mudded and painted in here, because it makes it easier to move around. Same thing with the sink. I just set it inside the tub for now so I could get it up out of the way while I was doing the flooring here. And those pieces of 2x3 there are what I saved in case I decide to put a different type of door on here. I have to put a header in. What I'm looking for is I want to leave this full height so that heat can move from room to room, just like I did this archway here going into this room. I want the heat to be able to expand back and forth. Speaking of which, I just ordered my second wall heater. I do have this one inside of here, and I've been using that one for over a year now, and it works great. But that was only a 12,000 BTU, and I just bought a 30,000 BTU for the bedroom, which is going to be mounted on the wall here. And that's all the flooring I had left out of that whole 2 boxes. It turned out that I had just the right amount to do the hallway and the bathroom with those few scraps left over. And I'll save those. I'll put them in the container in case I have a damaged piece that I have to cut out and replace for some reason. I'll have something to do a replacement piece with. And I don't worry about these cut-off edges here. If I have to re-groove it like this, I just set up my router table and do that. So anyway, this is a handy tool for doing this type of hardwood flooring, or this laminate flooring. And this is a cutter designed specifically for these. And it's even got a miter gauge on there so you can do angle cuts if you want to do a basket weave or anything like that. And let me show you quickly. I just put a scrap in there to show you how this works. It's just like a big old paper cutter. You just press down and that's it. It cuts it right off. It's that easy. And you get a nice clean cut. So makes it easy to cut these things square, and you just take a quick measurement, put it in the slide here, and just plunk, just hack it off, and you're ready to go. All right, so all my drywall is done. That's a relief, except for the little trim pieces that go around the inside of the casing. But I like to seal around the windows. I do a double seal. I got the outside sealed, and I'm going to do an inside seal to make sure that I don't get any drafts at all through these windows. And that's how I did the other cabin, and it's been keeping warm and just perfect holding temperatures in. So the other thing I did was I repurposed a 12-volt oscillating fan. That's the on-off switch that I fastened inside of there. I bought this transition box at the big box store, and I put these two cross members there just the right place so that I could fasten this thing up, and I've got a grill cover that's going to go over that. So that'll be my exhaust fan, and I got the switch right here. Not too bad, not too noisy. I made that little cross member there, and I put some rubber silicone on it to stick the motor down to absorb vibration and shock so I don't get a lot of noise out of it. Pretty cool, huh? Now I'm double thinking this, and I might get two small light fixtures and put one there and one there and tie them into the fan so that instead of turning on the bright lights, that I'm gonna have a light bar above the mirror here with two of these bright LED bulbs in it. So instead of turning on the bright lights, which I'll use when I'm showering or shaving or something like that, just use the bathroom. Just turn on the exhaust fan and two little 15-watt bulbs in there just to give you a little bit of light so you don't stub your toes or bang your belly up against the sink or something like that. Pretty cool, huh? This is really nice. I'm walking barefoot right now, and it feels good on my feet walking on this hardwood floor. There's no cold coming up through this floor at all. Of course, there's R30 insulation underneath the floor, so it's really... I built this thing to handle the harsh environments, and I did it on a budget, and it worked out great. So I'm really happy with what's turning out here. And instead of going out and buying another sheet, I used 4 of the pieces that I had out there. I just added another metal stud in the middle to go where that seam is, and I'll just run 2 beads of tape on there, some drywall mud, and that saves that. And then I get my corner beads on here and tape and mud those. And I found some gas fittings there, and I never made it to Home Depot today. I did all this stuff with what I found laying around here in my container. I started thinking, I had lots of these things, screws and things like that laying around. Well, sure enough, I went in there and I started digging through some boxes and stuff I haven't unpacked yet, and I found everything I needed to do today's work without having to go to the store. But I'm still going to have to go to the store to pick up mud, because the only mud I have is a small bucket that somebody gave me, which had a crack in the side, so everything inside of it was dry. So that's going to be fertilizer. And I got a box of it, or a half a box left over from when I did that part of the cabin. And that's over 1.5 years old. So I went out and looked at it, and yep, that's fertilizer too. Anyway, that's about all for today. I'm not going to go outside. The wind just started kicking up. I just closed the windows in here, and I got to close the one on the door there, and I'll close this one on this side now. And we'll cozy up this place because the temps starting to drop fast now that the sun is set. And we'll come over here and give you a quick look at the weather. And that's what we got right now. 12 to 17 mile an hour winds, 70 degrees, 31% humidity. That's what's causing the cool feeling. And it's 6:16 p.m. And you can see the winds were down, and then they started picking up here. So that's all today. I'm glad to have spent this time with you and shared my experiences. Don't forget, down there, give me a like by clicking on the thumbs up if you like my videos. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have already, thank you for subscribing. I love my subscribers. I try to get back to them as quickly as possible, but sometimes I have to take the phone off and put it inside the cabin while I'm working outside so I don't smash it or drop it. So I'll get back to you as quickly as possible, and I'll answer questions. And there's just some privacy questions that I won't answer. I mean, if you want to know my social security number, you'll have to wait until I'm in a box because I'm not going to give that out. Kidding. G Bear signing off.